In recent months, a wave of anticipation has swept through the world of European football. The reason? Liverpool, one of England's most storied clubs, is actively working to strengthen its squad with a name that promises to shake up the transfer market: Angelo Stiller, the rising star from Stuttgart. Under the leadership of head coach Arne, the Reds are determined to build an even more competitive team for the coming seasons, sparing no effort in their search for top-tier talent. The story begins in the summer of 2024, when Liverpool launched an ambitious mission to bolster their midfield. At the time, their main target was Martin Zubimendi, a Spanish player dazzling with his performances for Real Sociedad. Everything seemed perfectly aligned. The English club's directors had detailed plans. The financial numbers were within budget, and even preliminary agreements were being discussed. However, as often happens in football, the unexpected occurred. Zubimendi, deeply connected to the club where he had grown as a player, chose to remain in San Sebastian, dashing the hopes of Liverpool fans. Although disappointing at the time, that decision may have been a blessing in disguise for the Reds. Now, in 2025, it seems destiny has something even better in store for the Anfield side. With Ryan Gravenberch shining as one of the Premier League's standout players this season, Liverpool has finally found a dominant midfielder capable of dictating the pace of play and leading the team to success. However, the club's management is well aware that relying solely on one player is risky. That's exactly what happened in the second half of last season, when Gravenberch began to feel the weight of too much responsibility on his shoulders. That's why Liverpool's attention has once again turned to the transfer market, this time with a new objective in mind: Angelo Stiller. Angelo Stiller, you may be wondering, who is this young phenomenon? Imagine a player who combines impeccable tactical vision, refined ball control, and an incredible ability to find space in opposing defences. These are just some of the qualities that have made Stiller a sensation in German football. He's the kind of player who gets fans out of their seats with precise passes and intelligent movement. His ability to link the midfield to the attack is simply impressive, and it's no wonder he has caught the eye of European giants. According to reports from Germany, specifically from the renowned outlet Stuttgarter Nachrichten, Liverpool's interest in Stiller is no longer just a rumour. There is significant interest from the Reds in the player, and that's not something fans should ignore. When reliable local sources begin reporting news like this, it's a sign that something big may be about to happen. And let's face it, it makes perfect sense that Liverpool would be interested in him. Stiller fits the exact profile of the player the club was searching for last summer. Someone who can dictate the tempo of the game, create opportunities, and at the same time provide defensive security. But there's one important detail in this story. Recently, Stiller renewed his contract with Stuttgart, a gesture that could be seen as a sign of commitment to the German club. However, in today's football world, contracts are just pieces of paper when major clubs decide to take action. Reports suggest that Stuttgart will demand around €60 million to release their star, a figure that, while high, shouldn't intimidate a club the size of Liverpool. After all, we're talking about an investment that could completely transform the dynamics of the Reds' midfield. Here arises an intriguing question. Should Liverpool have acted sooner? Many analysts believe that yes, Stiller could have been signed for a lower fee in previous seasons. However, the fact that he has maintained consistent performances and raised his level of play in recent matches certainly helped convince Liverpool's decision-makers. Richard Hughes, the club's director of football, and his team now seem absolutely convinced that Stiller is the right man to strengthen the squad. To better understand the impact Stiller could have at Liverpool, it's necessary to dive a little deeper into his playing style. He is not just a creative midfielder. He's a true maestro on the pitch. His passes have the precision of a Swiss watch, while his ability to read the game allows him to anticipate plays and make quick decisions. In addition, He possesses a rare quality in today's game: versatility. Stiller can operate both as a central playmaker and as a box-to-box midfielder, adapting to the tactical needs of the team. For Arne Slot, who is implementing a style of play based on possession and high pressing, Stiller would be a perfect puzzle piece. On the other hand, it's also important to highlight the human side of this story. Angelo Stiller, despite all his fame, is still a young player full of dreams and aspirations. He grew up in the heart of Germany, developing his love for football on smaller pitches before rising to prominence at Stuttgart. For him, a transfer to Liverpool would represent not just a change of club, but a leap toward global stardom. It will be fascinating to watch how he handles the pressure of wearing the red shirt of Anfield, a club with one of the most passionate fan bases in the world. And what about Liverpool fans? They are excited, curious, and, of course, a bit anxious. After all, the memory of the frustration with Zubimendi is still fresh in many minds. However, the prospect of seeing Stiller on the pitch alongside Gravenberch is enough to make any fan dream. Imagine a midfield duo capable of controlling the game, creating chances, and still helping out defensively. Sounds too good to be true? Maybe not. Meanwhile, Arsenal is also monitoring Zubimendi's situation, and he now seems more inclined to leave Real Sociedad. This creates an interesting scenario, as the London rivals might end up signing the player who slipped through Liverpool's fingers. But if Liverpool manage to land Stiller, few fans will care. After all, they'll be busy celebrating the arrival of a player who could usher in a new era at the club. In summary, Liverpool is about to take another bold step in its pursuit of future glory. With Arne Slot at the helm and names like Ryan Gravenberch and potentially Angelo Stiller in the squad, the Reds are building a team that promises to excite fans and challenge opponents. The only question left is whether Stiller will actually wear the red shirt, or if more surprises await in the transfer market. One thing is certain: Liverpool's future has never looked so exciting.